Alex Stone.
McGraw, good morning. And still a whole lot of questions here. And the NTSB is trying to figure it out right now. Unfortunately, they can't interview, and they hope to in the next day or so, but haven't been able to interview the engineer because he's not medically cleared. He was hospitalized. All the other crew members were hospitalized as well, and none of them have been cleared to be interviewed. So they're having to rely on technical data at this point. They know the train was going too fast. They know that the engineer, for whatever reason, never pulled the emergency brake. It initiated on its own as part of the crash sequence that the train does, but the engineer never pulled it, which is a little bit odd, they say. But they also don't know what was going on inside the cab of the locomotive. They want to talk to the engineer. They want to talk to a conductor who was in the locomotive as well. Find out, did the conductor distract the engineer? Were they talking? Did they lose situational awareness? What was going on up there? Also, they have found a camera. It's an inward-facing camera, but they have found it in the crash debris that will show what was going on inside, or at least should, inside the cab of the locomotive. But they're having trouble with it because it was so badly damaged. They have to try to extract the video. They're doing that at a lab in D.C. right now.
Tell me more about this story about the technology that slows the train down. What's that story?
Yeah, positive train control, something that is mandated by Congress to be in place next year. It's been bumped up numerous times. The dirty secret is it's not in place on many of the passenger rail lines. At least in 2016, it was in place on only a quarter of passenger rail lines. It's like autopilot, that if the engineer isn't responding, it would have taken over and hit the brakes on the train, knowing that they were coming up on a 30-mile-an-hour curve and that it would be dangerous going 80 miles an hour. It was in the process of being installed on this rail line and in the locomotive. It's got to be both on the train and on the rail line to talk to one another, but it was not activated yet, unfortunately.
So how come they haven't talked to the engineer? They just haven't gotten to him? Is he injured? Will he be all right?
Yeah, he's not medically cleared at this point.
Okay.
He's in the hospital. They can't talk to him until doctors say that he's in a good state. They also have to think about what medication he might be on. That would they be medications that would lead him to say things that aren't accurate or cloud his memory. They have to wait until he's in the right mindset. Plus, much like police investigators, sometimes they want to know a lot of the answers before they walk in and ask the questions. And they are gathering a lot of evidence and looking at that technical data to know what he says. Will it match up with what they see and what they know? That all comes into the investigation.
Alex Stone, thanks for checking in.
You got it. Thanks, McGraw.
Alex Stone, ABC News.